Lam, who runs eSun, the entertainment group who owns Media Asia, one of the biggest film companies in Hong Kong. But that connection, that history has actually been there since when I was with Willie Chan before. So because he was a major investor in Willie Chan's business, and when Willie Chan retired, I decided that I wanted to start my own management company, and so I did that 2 years ago, and partnered up with Peter Lam. So we're under the umbrella, but we're an independent division of that. So we operate independently, and what we're really trying to do is give opportunities to artists that don't normally necessarily get the mainstream chance. I talked about this earlier. Jun Kung is a tremendously talented musician in Hong Kong, and everyone within the industry knows that. But he's not necessarily mainstream, and he doesn't feel he wants to be a pop star, per se. He's really a rock musician. And so my goal really with him was to sort of present him that way, because I think audiences are accepting of that. You just have to get it out there, And he hadn't done an album in like 8 or 9 years, which is a long time for an Asian star, right? Usually they do 2 albums a year or something like that. So it was really about me giving him a sense of trust, and then really pushing him to work hard to get his album out there. And he just released it. His song became #1 on the charts. So that kind of stuff is really great for me, because I enjoy watching my friends have success, And next I'm working on Terence Lin's album. Dan Nakamura, the Automator, is going to be producing that album. So he's a friend of mine. So we're kind of really trying to combine this East-West thing. And that will probably be the beginning of next year that we release that album. And these are all people that have tremendous amount of talent that never really got recognized because they're not necessarily mainstream people. And I wanted to push them out there and go, hey, these guys do have value. You should be looking at them. I think that's pretty cool, but I don't think it's necessarily limited to stuff like that. I mean, sometimes I don't necessarily like fusion music or fusion anything. I hate fusion food, actually, because it's like, why would you want to change the taste of something that's already great already? You know what I mean? So to be more watered down for Western palates, I don't understand that, right? So if it's going to be Asian music, it should be Asian music. But if you can do it well, it's fine. That's fine too. It's whatever the artist wants to do and whatever they make, and if it's good, it's good. It's simple as that. But I don't see necessarily a need to make a trend of fusion music. I think there's Chinese artists that make great music. Wang Li-hong makes fusion music also. Jay Chou does that as well. All those people do that thing, but it's all individual expression of themselves. It's what they want to do, and that's what makes it great. This is because the artist is doing it, and not because he feels that that's what he should do because the marketplace is asking him to do that. I hate that kind of music. I hate people that make music for the marketplace. You know what I mean? You should be making it from your heart and then what it's telling you to do. Same thing with acting, same thing with movie making. You should be doing it because you want to be doing it, not because you think it'll sell well.
Good, how are you?
That's always a point, but it shouldn't be the main point. Oh, that's just a pool hall that I'm invested in with a bunch of friends. Right. Now we're a bunch of ABC kids who were bummed out that no one in Hong Kong played pool. Everyone plays snooker, right? So we just had the idea of like, why don't we make a place to play pool for ourselves? And like I said before, I don't really go out to clubs and stuff like that. So that's as close as I can get to a club. Sometimes I'm totally inconsistent. Sometimes I'm decent, and sometimes I just suck. For things that I can relate to, issues like the environment. So working with green organizations and stuff like that, and trying to educate the new Chinese, the new young Chinese about protecting your environment. Because unfortunately in China is growing so fast right now that everybody just wants stuff. They want to have the newest bag, they want to have the newest cars, they want the newest houses, they want newest clothes. But what they don't realize is that consumption is really killing their environment, the environment they live in. And they really don't have the education that we had here in the United States from like the 70s, starting with environmental protection ideas to like the 80s. I remember in the 80s we first got recycling bins and all that kind of stuff. So we've had 20 years of education, 30 years of education about this. They've had none, So it's really time to start educating them earlier before bad shit happens, before it gets really, really bad in China. And then other stuff like Habitat for Humanity, because I studied architecture, so I'm really interested in buildings and trying to build homes for people that lost their homes, let's say, in the Sichuan earthquakes, right? So we went up there and just became construction workers and worked on houses for people, simple stuff like that. So that's stuff I know about because I studied architecture, and so I just try to keep it with what I know. I mean, I don't go into political things because I don't know too much about politics, and I like to keep it that way. And there's a lot of children's organizations and a lot of celebrities doing children's things, so I feel like I should be doing things that other people aren't really working on. What 3 words? Beauty, love, and friendship. Spiritual, protective, and cute. Loving, understanding, and strict. Caring as well, and supportive. We just support each other our whole lives. Grand, Vegas, and mind-blowing. I had nothing to do with that. It was all Lisa's father who put that on. Focused, from the heart, and caring as well. Insatiable. Pretty much that's it. It's constant. It's just constant.
Every day, the same. Wake up, starts all over. Would things be different? A better day? Never. Here to there, everywhere and back.